Well, welcome. I am Henry Barfield, and I've got a very special relationship with Oakland. Not only do I have the privilege of being buried here on Bell Tower Ridge, but I was the sexton here in the 1890s and into the 20th century. A sexton is the general manager for the cemetery. I kept track of burials and talked with the families. And, well, I oversaw everything, including these glorious gardens. Aren't they beautiful? Even here in eternity, I keep a watchful eye on this special place I love so much. And I'm proud to say they're doing a splendid job. Did you know that you can still get buried here today? We have about a dozen burials every year. You see, Oakland's not just part of Atlanta's history. It's part of Atlanta's present and future too. As for my personal story, well, I'd like to think I was a tenacious fella, and I was a hard worker. I actually started working here at Oakland as a day laborer, but when that sexton's job opened, well, I pursued it with fervor. I beat out 21 other candidates. 21! It was a proud moment, and I took my stewardship very seriously. That's right, the sexton used to be an elected official. Today, it's a city employee in the parks department. Some things may change, but taking care of the living and the dead here at Oakland never does. Hey, do you know why you never argue with a sexton? Well, it would be a grave mistake. I'm sorry, but you got to keep a sense of humor in the cemetery trade. Whenever someone new would start working here, you know, they would always ask, "Can I get buried here?" And I'd say, "Absolutely not. You're still alive." Well, as luck would have it, I was a sexton during a time when there were great changes at Oakland, much like there are today, but back then, the Victorian cemetery culture was one of nature and beauty, contemplation. Cemeteries were designed to mimic the countryside with rolling hills and lush gardens. Why, you'd think you were in a botanical garden rather than a graveyard, and with the elaborate headstones and monuments, they're just simply works of art. My crews built new pathways and added comfort stations for the men and women, while I led the charge to upgrade our infrastructure so that everyone could enjoy my sanctuary in the city. You know, people think cemeteries are about those that have passed on, but I think they're dead wrong. In reality, it's about the living, isn't it? About those that come to honor their loved ones. Did you know we're considered Atlanta's first public park? Generations of Atlantans have picnicked under the canopy of these lovely old oak trees, and that's where we get our beautiful name, Oakland. In 1899, soon after I became sexton, we built that bell tower. That famous landmark is one of the oldest structures in the city, still in its original location. We built it in the ravishing Romanesque Revival style, and with its recent renovations, I promise you, it's better than ever. You could say they gave it new life. My office was in the bell tower, along with funeral records and a vault for all the sweet souls awaiting burial, and a nice chapel too. But now there is space for all kinds of events. Most people don't realize that they have more weddings here in Oakland every year than they do burials. Who would have imagined that? Well, I suppose if you get married here and buried here, you don't need till death do us part. You'll be together forever. Think about that. Today, the Historic Oakland Foundation is committed to restoring and improving this unique setting for everyone to enjoy. And I sure know from my years of working here that it takes a lot of work. They recently restored the African American section and my beloved bell tower. And now they're working over on East Hill and building a brand new visitor center out front. And all this happens because of you. That's right, you and your support of the Historic Oakland Foundation make all of this possible. So if you feel so moved as to donate a little something this evening, why, we'd be honored. Over there on my grave is a collection jar for all your folding money. Coins are graciously accepted as well. I can certainly tell you from all of my years of working here that taking care of this place is expensive work, and we certainly appreciate all of your generosity. Now, I want to thank you for coming, and again for all your support. Oakland's been a big part of my story in life and in death. My lovely wife, Webby, is buried next to me, but she happens to be out this evening. My two boys are up by the main gate. You'll pass their lots on the way out. Be sure you stop and say hello. Well, now, if you have dug what I'm saying, I mean, if it hadn't been too cryptic for you, don't ghost me. I know them all. Come back and see me the next time you'll hear. I'm eternally on the job keeping watch over things here at Oakland. Good night. Thank you. Thank you.